The ghosts are ghouling, the goblins goobling, so I'm gonna talk about some spooky stuff. I planned on doing a Halloween special for a while, and I figured what better time to do it than now, Halloween. In preparation for this, I delved into the scariest shit this side of Flint, watching series after series and getting distracted by Ultima on DOS. It was a long, hard week of research, and then I gave up. So I made a video about this instead. I don't feel like it's necessary for me to explain the lore of this particular franchise, and I'm sure one day I'll do the deep dive these decade-defining demaskers deserve. In short, a group of friends go around and solve mysteries while accompanied by a talking dog. It was fresh, bold, and sexy. Now, if you were to casually view this program today, it may appear plain and simple, unfunny, and bad. But dig a little bit deeper and you'll find something more complex. So, we need to start here. 1969. Hanna-Barbera airs this cartoon on the ABC network. The Gothic-inspired art style gives atmosphere and old-world charm. To explain the details of any individual episode would be an exercise in futility. The subtle character changes, political subtext, and exquisite wordplay would only be lost in translation, but I will do my best. Villain of the week. Solve the crime, save the day, all is fine. It's not the story that's told, more so the narrative beyond the spoken word. Our protagonists reside within the setting of Coolsville, a derelict, dirty, empty town with few residents and even less of good moral compass. Given the lack of background characters, we are led to assume the population consists exclusively of criminals and law enforcement. The ne'er-do-wells somehow find themselves targeting a very specific niche of criminal activity. Financial crimes, theft, anything and everything to do with the acquisition of money. No murders, no sexual deviance. It's hard to process this fact. Why is this the only type of crime in this world? But see, this is intentional and will be valuable information later on in this video. But of course, how could we forget about good old Mystery Inc., a company in name alone, for this venture makes no actual capital. Our gang does not accept money for its good deeds. Instead, they pursue crime fighting for the thrill of the hunt. Yet, given these skills, they are somehow incapable of basic cognitive functions. The identity of a villain could be deduced by any outsider within a few minutes of the show's opening, yet the gang never seems to figure it out until they remove the mask themselves. They fall for the same cliches, the same formulaic conflicts, and even rely on the same jokes. Yet, even given these major character flaws, week after week, they manage to catch the crook. No lesson is learned, no character arc. These people are static, unwavering in both personality and morality. They are surprised by the expected and expect the surprising. It's as if they are aware how this will all go down in the end. Without the protection of plot armor, they would have nothing to do, no way to solve any actual mystery. A core member of the team is the dog named Scooby-Doo. He lies somewhere between man and beast, with the ability to communicate with people, albeit in a limited capacity. He has hopes and dreams and fears, but most importantly, he seems like he's performing for us. He constantly makes jokes to the camera, jokes that nobody would ever find funny, yet we're treated to the same pre-recorded laugh track, the signal that tells us to believe he did a ha-ha, constantly pushing your tolerance for his antics until you accept it. And, well, he has a hard time communicating with his own fictional peers, so maybe, just maybe, he's trying to convey something to us. Maybe they're all trying to tell us something. They know that this is a show. The showrunners know that they know that this is a show. And the showrunners know that we know that they know that they know that they are living in a show. This is not a normal, conventional 1960s animated program. No, this is something else. Let me translate. You see, we, the viewer, are Mystery Incorporated, a group of mindless wanderers trying to solve problems. When we do manage to catch the villain, the wealthy individuals who want more, it only fixes things temporarily. Next week, somebody else will take their place, and we can go about trying to save the world from greed, but in the process, destroy our own economy. Jobs are lost, trade freezes to a halt. And that's simple enough, something a child could figure out, but it goes further. See, Hanna-Barbera is notorious for producing half-baked shows on the cheap, valuing cliché gags and stilted writing above a quality product. But it works. People watch, people love, people accept. And within the narrative of the Scooby-Doo, Hanna-Barbera is telling us that, yes, they are the villain, seeking money through unscrupulous means, deception, and illusion to manipulate the public. The jokes are assembly line, the plot formulaic, and it allows for mass production of this swill. They know what they're doing, and they know most people will accept it, being the mindless sheeple they are. But to those who do not conform, those who critique the Hanna-Barbera style, they have a message, and this show is nothing but a soapbox to get that word out. They're saying, yes, we can try and end them, call them out for the antagonists they are, but even if we succeed, somebody else will take their place. Year after year after year, Scooby-Doo cannot die. A brief break as the metaphorical crook is arrested, but you can be certain that villainy will always prevail. Now, I was stunned by this realization. I at first assumed it was a simple flex by Hanna-Barbera, acknowledgement of their crimes as well as our own inability to do anything about it. I don't think the message comes from ego, a desire to intentionally mock the audience. I think it's about acceptance. They are telling us we should accept our shiny trinkets, our consumer goods, our talking dogs. The rules of play have been decided, and all we can do is enjoy these vapid distractions. After all, there's nothing we can do. To dismantle the establishment will come at great cost, both to our enemies and our allies. We have grown acclimated to a diet of shit, so now even dog food is found enjoyable. So after watching this program in its original 2-season run, I understand now that we are nothing, and if we wish to gain power in this world, we will be corrupted by the system. After all, if you take down the Tsar, you'll get something even worse. If Scooby-Doo gets taken off the air, he'll return with something worse. So enjoy your brief moments of joy, your simple toys and novelties. Eat the dog food, because there is nothing you can do. Just kidding, this show is fucking trash.
Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? We got some work to do now.